Hey guys, what's going on? Back in with another COD mobile video, and this one's going to be about zombies and probably what's coming pretty soon because some stuff starts showing up in the game, kind of like a bug or a glitch, where you can see the new map that's coming. It loads you in to a certain point, or it gives you the intro loading screen. I uploaded a video of that yesterday, so I'm going to link it if you want to check it out. If not, just look at the last video that I posted, and it's going to have me in the menu screen trying to load into Shinonuma. Again, it was just a bug, so that kind of confirms that Shinonuma is definitely coming to COD Mobile. And how it kind of ties into the main game, something that I pointed out during Cold War, early in Cold War, where a lot of stuff that was in COD Mobile kind of like set up what was coming in Cold War. I'm not sure 100% if it was zombies related also, but definitely in Warzone and multiplayer that you got like the Tokyo Escape season in COD Mobile, then some Japanese Tokyo stuff showed up in Cold War, and then also some water siege stuff that showed up in Cold War, some like Atlantis and some Western stuff also showed up in Cold War. So I guess this kind of stays with that where they're kind of intertwining, maybe blending all the Call of Duties together in a sense. Well, not really all of them because there is three. There's Warzone, there's COD Mobile, and there's the main game like Cold War or now Vanguard. How everything's kind of all jiving together at the same time, where you can kind of jump from one to one. And it's going to all be consistent. So again, this is showing that Shinonuma, which is also confirmed to be the one of the zombie maps that's going to be in Vanguard and Fang, I think is like maybe the name of the mode, not necessarily the name of the map or anything like that. Kind of like Transit was kind of like I guess maybe in a way it's not like a new version of Transit where Transit was was supposed to be a couple things all mixed together. Now, Darren Fung, I think, is the same thing where you're getting Shinonuma, almost said Setsubo Nishima, but Shinonuma, and you're getting some multiplayer maps and some other stuff all intertwined in one big experience, I'm going to call it. So, what I want to do is kind of go over what showed up in that kind of like sneak peek kind of glitch yesterday that they maybe. I think they kind of purposely did it to us that maybe they were testing to see how people are going to load in, maybe using as a test run, a hard test run, I guess they might call it, or maybe like a dry run of making sure everything works fine. Even though it kind of let some information out there, I think it was a little bit intentional, in my opinion, to kind of see if people are going to be able to load in, if any bugs are going to happen, or maybe what people thought is going to be. But Shinonuma looks a lot better, obviously. It looks darker, it looks scarier, and hopefully it's going to mix in some Vanguard stuff, some Undead Siege stuff. So this is going to be kind of a short one. Again, so in that menu screen, it has Undead in Shinonuma, then it has the Undead tutorial, and probably a part of Shinonuma. Then it's it's really easy to see it, and I'm sure they do that on purpose. That looks like it might be Tank Dempsey, so Primus and Ultimus is coming back. I think it's probably more Primus than anything. And then it has an Undead Siege Endless mode, which is pretty cool. The only thing I do want to say right off in the beginning, right off the bat, is I would hope or I'd want, and I'm not trying to be one of those people that like try and dictate what's coming, but it would be kind of cool if the people that played and ranked up the first time Undead Siege came out let us get a head start ahead of everyone else, kind of like the leaders in the community where I think you maxed out at level your player maxed out at level 50. You got a couple things unlocked. You got a better wrench, um, a better turrets, better speed, a couple different things. Let us maybe not let us max out in the beginning, but get maybe a head start. Maybe start us at level 25. If you have to start all over again, maybe have it where to reward some of the players that were there from the beginning that are going to know what they're doing, and it might turn people off if you have to start all the way down at the beginning. Again, I would say, because a lot of people dissed the game and the mode when it first came out because it was really insanely difficult. Now, I love COD Mobile and Zombies. The only thing is you're going to need a really good device. Because when I started playing it, I had a really old phone that was probably like 7 years old. So I recently got a Galaxy 21 Ultra, a Samsung Galaxy 21 Ultra that has really good RAM, good graphics, a bigger phone altogether. So if you have a good device, it's going to be a really cool mode to try and grind. And that's the thing too that people have to realize. It's a mode meant to grind. You're not going to beat it on your first time around. You have to gradually unlock stuff and get stronger. Kind of almost like an RPG where you, or even spoke about it being almost like a sports game where your creative player starts out really low at like uh, level 40, and then you have to max out to level 100 if you want to be like an all-star or 5-star player and stuff like that. It's kind of meant to be the same thing. So these again are the modes that are coming. The Endless Siege is going to be very interesting to see what that's going to be like, and I'm assuming it's going to gradually get harder as it goes around. Instead of calling it round based, I guess they're just calling it endless mode, where it's going to get more difficult. Night 5, because it was done with different nights. You start at night 1, night 2, night 3, night 4, night 5. By night 5, it got extremely difficult, where I think pretty much the best strategy for night 5 is to put out your turrets. Hopefully they're purple turrets, and then you just kind of whack the machine with your wrench to kind of repair it. I think that's the best strategy. So when you get into those higher rounds, like night 5, maybe night 6, night 7, if that's how they're going to do it, is you're really going to have to, unless there's going to be no machine. Well, it says Undead Siege, so it's probably going to be the same mechanics of you have to protect the central base. But I would say the best strategy is going to eventually be build your turrets, bunker down, and just kind of repair the machine or the teleporter as the night goes on and the time ticks down. Maybe you need like 2 people repairing it, 2 people fighting the zombies, and then you get your Juggernaut suit, I'm going to call it, because I totally forget what they call it. I know it's like Atlas Advanced Warfare stuff, but I'm going to call it the Juggernaut suit. If you get the Juggernaut suit, maybe 2 people get the Juggernaut suit, 2 people repair, or maybe you just kind of repair your sentry guns and stuff like that. It should be pretty easy for everyone. So Undead. The only thing though, I guess, question is gonna be: is Undead Siege Endless gonna be Undead Siege Normal, just in the Endless, or is Undead Siege Endless gonna be Undead Siege Hardcore? And then another cool thing again that I briefly touched on. It looks like that's Tank Dempsey, so it looks like Primus is coming back. Hopefully they put more comics in there and have you able to kind of read the story as it goes along. It was a little bit disappointing that they kind of only did like 2 comics. I guess they didn't really have too much hope in maybe the mode, I would say, eventually. So those are just a couple of things. I really like the mode. I love to, and I wanted to talk about it yesterday, but I ended up just scrapping the idea. I could maybe still potentially upload it, but I love that COD Mobile reminds me about how Warzone started, where it was on its own little bubble in its own little world. Because the bigger the content creator, the more subs they have and followers, the more toxic they seem to be and negative. So I'm glad that at this point, COD Mobile is still a little bit new, untouched, maybe even undiscovered by big content creators, because as soon as they find out how good this mode is and how relaxing it can be to play it and how challenging it can be to play it, they're just gonna rip it apart. So I'm glad that like right now, COD Mobile is like in its own little world and bubble. It's more meant for the gamer, and that's something that I touched on years ago. Is Call of Duty is either the main game is more focused towards content creators, giving the content creators what they want, versus what the gamers want. I know the gamers outnumber the content creators, but I guess because of the way business is business, the content creators have like millions of followers and subscribers that they ultimately want to make them happy so they can make the followers happy and stuff like that. Because um, it's a known fact, it's no big secret that they're pretty much all puppets. The subscribers and followers are just puppets, and they just listen to what the content creator has to say. So they have to dictate how they make the game. However, COD Mobile is more for the gamer. Like, it's just, if you're a really hardcore gamer, you're gonna love COD Mobile, and that's why I love that it's right now in its own little bubble. Hopefully, they don't promote too much or any big content creator, YouTuber, zombie YouTubers, because they're just gonna rip the mode apart, and that's what gives them money. It makes them gets them views and followers. Is the more negative the video, the more money they're gonna make off ad revenue and stuff like that. So anything that's good, they just rip it apart because they know that's what people want to hear. People don't want to necessarily hear that it's a great mode and stuff like that. It's an unfortunate truth. So I'm just hoping COD Mobile just sticks to its guns and keeps the mode going the way they want it to go for the hardcore gamer, not necessarily the content creator that's going to make one negative toxic video and then move on to the next thing. Kind of like, Locust or a Plague, that they go from one game or map to the next, rip it apart, go to the next. So I'm hoping they can keep all the challenging parts of it, don't try and change too much. Because I know right away they're going to say, why is it Numba? Why can't it be a new map? Why can't it do this? So I'm really loving the way that everything's shaping up right now for COD Mobile. You can kind of just relax and play it. It's pretty cool. So it's pretty cool, awesome to see what the endless mode is going to be like. If it's still going to be challenging, and what we're going to get for that, any rewards, and if they're going to bring more maps or just Numa for now. Same thing with the Battle Royale in COD Mobile really quickly. I know this isn't about Battle Royale. I saw comments on Twitter where people want so much changed for Blackout. They want gas masks. They want more cars. Because they just want to camp to the last circle. And that's what ruins Battle Royale. So I'm hoping they don't listen to any of those people. Leave it the way it is. The game is meant for people that want to fight. Not just hide in the gas for, 28 minutes, and then the last 2 minutes they come to the final circle and fight. I love that. If you die in the circle or in the gas, that's your own fault. People just want more cars because they don't want to fight. They just want to use the cars in the final circle, or they should make the cars explode in the final circle. If people want more cars, then just have it explode, or be useless in the final circle. So that's the only other thing I wanted to touch on is, again, more content creators and big names find out about Blackout and COD Mobile and Battle Royale and then Undead Siege modes. They're just going to come to rip it apart. They don't even care about the mode. They don't care that they really want to make it better. They just want to be not negative and toxic. So that was a few things that I saw on Twitter. Again, was about how Blackout needs to change, Blackout needs a gas mask, Blackout needs this, Blackout needs that, and it's people that just want to make it to cater to themselves because they're scared to fight. They can't fight, so they just kind of hide in the circle, or they want the cars so they can use the cars to run people over because they have no gun skill, stuff like that. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up with that, and again, this is just kind of a sneak peek of what's coming, which hopefully it's coming tonight, because, I mean, if they kind of, like, showed us some stuff yesterday, unless they're going to show us more stuff today, well, actually, no, it probably wouldn't come tonight, because they still got to do trailers and stuff like that, so, and hype it up. So it's probably going to come maybe at the beginning of Vanguard to, again, mix everything together. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.